What if I told you your body is building something right now, and you can't feel it? Think about that. Right now, as you sit there, as you breathe, as your heart beats, there is a quiet construction project happening inside you. You don't see it, you don't hear it, you don't feel it, but it is happening, and it matters more than you know. Imagine this. You cut your finger, just a small cut, maybe while chopping vegetables. You rinse it, you put a bandage on it. A few days later, it is healed. Simple, right? But have you ever stopped to ask, how? How did your body know where to send help? How did new tissue grow exactly where it was needed? How did blood find its way back to that tiny spot? The answer is a process most people have never heard of. A process that decides whether you heal or get sick, whether your body stays strong or slowly weakens. This process has a name, and today, I want to talk to you about what it really means for your health. Here is the hidden truth. Your body is not static. It is not a machine that just runs until it breaks. It is alive. It is always changing, always adapting. And one of the most important ways it does this is by growing new blood vessels, tiny roads, invisible highways that carry oxygen, nutrients, and healing power to every single cell. But here's what almost no one tells you. This system can go wrong, silently, slowly. Without any warning signs you would notice. You could feel fine today. You could look in the mirror and see the same face, but inside, the balance could be shifting. And that shift can change everything. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever felt tired for no clear reason? Have you noticed a cut taking longer to heal than it used to? Or maybe you have had a nagging ache that just won't go away. Most people brush these off. It is just stress. I am getting older. It is nothing. But what if it is not nothing? What if your body is trying to tell you something? This is the hidden health issue people ignore, the balance of blood vessel growth. When it works well, you heal faster, you recover stronger, you age with more vitality. But when it tips out of balance, that is when problems begin. Problems that don't show up on routine tests. Problems that build quietly for years before you ever notice. I know this sounds serious, and it is, but I also want you to know this. You are not powerless. Understanding this process is the first step to working with your body, not against it. And that is exactly why I want you to stay with me until the end. Because by the time we finish, you will know the simple, everyday choices that can help keep this hidden system in balance. Choices you can start making today. No expensive tests, no complicated routines, just clear, practical knowledge that puts you back in control. Think of your body like a city, a busy, living city. Your blood vessels are the roads, the streets, the alleys, the highways. When a new neighborhood is built, new roads must follow. When a road is damaged, it must be repaired. Your body does this automatically. But what happens when too many roads are built in the wrong place, or when important roads are never repaired? Traffic jams, breakdowns, systems failing. That is what happens inside you when this process goes off track. And the scary part? You won't feel it happening, not at first, not until the damage is already done. But here is the hopeful part. Your body wants to heal, it wants to balance, it just needs the right signals. And you can send those signals, starting with what you learned today. So if you have ever wondered why some people bounce back from illness faster, or why certain habits seem to protect health in ways science is just now understanding, this is your answer. This is the conversation your body has been waiting to have with you. Stay with me, because what comes next could change how you see your health forever. So what exactly is this process? Let me make it simple. Think of your blood vessels like roads in a city. Tiny roads, big highways, all connected, all working together. When your body needs to deliver healing to a new area, it does not wait. It builds a new road, right there, right when it is needed. This building of new roads has a name, angiogenesis. Say it with me, angiogenesis. It is not a complicated word. It is just your body's way of saying, help is on the way. But here is what most people miss. This system is delicate. It depends on balance. And balance can be lost in ways you would never guess. Inside your body, special cells act like construction foremen. They get signals, they read the signs. If an area needs more oxygen, they send the order, build. If an area has enough, they say, stop. Simple, elegant. But modern life can confuse these signals. Poor food, constant stress, lack of sleep. These are not just bad habits, they are noisy messages. They tell your body to build when it should not, or to stop when it should not. And that is when the hidden trouble starts. You will not feel this confusion at first. That is the danger. You might notice small things, a bruise that lingers, energy that dips for no reason, a headache that comes more often. Most people ignore these signs. They wait for something bigger, something louder, but by then the imbalance has had time to grow. This is the mistake so many make, waiting for a warning that is impossible to miss, when the real warnings are quiet, subtle, easy to overlook. Here's the truth your body knows. Every choice you make sends a signal. Eat a meal full of processed food? That sends one message. Choose a walk after dinner? That sends another. Your vessels are listening, always, and they respond, not with words, but with action, building, repairing, or sometimes overbuilding. That is why understanding this process matters. It is not just about disease. It is about daily life. It is about why you feel the way you feel, and it is about what you can do starting now to guide this hidden system back to balance. Stay with me, because what comes next will show you exactly how that works. But why does your body do this at all? Why build new vessels? The answer is beautiful, and it is also a warning. Your body builds new blood vessels for one simple reason: to keep you alive, to heal you, to protect you. When you scrape your knee, your body does not panic. It acts. It sends a signal, and new vessels begin to grow, carrying white blood cells, oxygen, and repair materials to the exact spot that needs help. This is not an accident. This is wisdom. This is your body working exactly as it was designed. Think about recovery after an illness, or a muscle growing stronger after exercise, or even a baby growing inside a mother. In every case, new life needs new roads, new vessels, new supply lines. Without angiogenesis, healing would not happen. Growth would not happen. Life would not happen. This process is your body's quiet promise to itself: I will repair what is broken. I will feed what is growing. I will protect what matters. But here is the part people ignore. This same life-saving system can be tricked, confused, hijacked. When your body is under constant stress, flooded with processed foods, or deprived of real rest, the signals get mixed up. The construction foremen start building in the wrong places, or they build too much, or they stop when they should not. And you will not feel this happening, not at first. You might just feel a little more tired, a little more sore, a little less resilient. You might blame your schedule, your age, your genes. But the real issue could be this hidden imbalance. The mistake is assuming that because you feel okay today, everything inside is okay too. Your body is always listening, always responding. Every meal, every breath, every moment of rest or rush sends a message to those tiny construction crews. And they obey. They build what you ask for based on what you do. So when you choose habits that create noise instead of clarity, you are not just risking a future problem. You are changing your body right now, in ways you cannot see. But that can change. And it starts with understanding the switch that controls it all. But what happens when that switch gets stuck? When the signal to build never turns off? This is the hidden danger almost no one talks about. Your body's wisdom can be used against it. And the most serious example is this: abnormal growths, tumors. They do not just appear, they call for help. They send out signals that trick your body into building new vessels directly to them. Think about that. Cancer does not just grow, it builds its own supply lines. It steals your body's healing power and uses it to survive. This is not science fiction. This is biology. And it is why understanding angiogenesis is so important. You will not feel this happening. That is the quiet fear. There is no pain when a tumor first starts to grow its own blood supply. No warning flash, no alarm, just a silent shift inside. This is why symptoms people ignore can be so dangerous. A small change in your energy, a slight shift in your digestion, a persistent cough you blame on allergies. These can be whispers from your body, whispers that something is building in the wrong place. The mistake is waiting for a shout. By then, the imbalance has had time to take root. Inside your body, the process is simple to understand, but powerful in its effect. Healthy cells follow rules. They only ask for new vessels when healing is needed. But abnormal cells break the rules. They send constant, urgent signals. Build here, feed me, protect me. And if your body's balance is already weakened by poor habits, chronic stress, or hidden inflammation, those signals can be answered. New vessels grow where they should not, and that changes everything. This is not meant to scare you, it is meant to wake you up, to help you see that your daily choices matter more than you think, because the same system that can be hijacked can also be protected. Your body wants balance. It wants to heal the right places, in the right way. It just needs clear signals. And you have more power to send those signals than you know. The key is learning what those signals are. And that starts with seeing the full picture, both the light and the shadow of this hidden process. But what creates that imbalance in the first place? The answer is quieter than you think. It is not one big event, it is 1,000 small choices, day after day. Your body is always reading the environment you create. Poor food, constant stress, lack of movement, toxins in the air you breathe. These are not just lifestyle details. They are signals, and they tell your body's construction crews to work in the wrong places at the wrong times. Inside you, a low-grade fire can start to burn. Doctors call it chronic inflammation. It is not the red-hot swelling you see on a cut. It is silent, hidden, but it sends a constant message. Something is wrong. Keep building, keep repairing. So your body obeys. It grows new vessels to feed this invisible battle. But there is no enemy to defeat, just a signal that never stops. And that is when the balance tips. You will not feel this fire, not at first. That is why it is so dangerous. You might notice small things, joints that feel stiff in the morning, digestion that is not quite right, skin that looks dull, brain fog that comes and goes. Most people ignore these signs. They take a pill, they drink more coffee, they push through. But the real issue is not the symptom. It is the silent imbalance underneath. The mistake is treating the whisper and missing the message. Here is what is happening inside, in simple terms. Your cells talk to each other with chemical words. When the conversation is clear, your body builds vessels only where they are needed. But when the conversation is full of noise, from stress, from poor food, from lack of rest, the words get mixed up. The orders get confused, and construction happens where it should not. This is not your body failing you. This is your body responding to the world you live in. And that is actually good news. Because if your environment created the problem, a better environment can help fix it. This is your moment to see the truth. The problem is not just out there. It is in the daily rhythm of your life. And the solution is not a miracle pill. It is a return to balance. Your body knows how to heal. It just needs you to listen. And to choose, one small step at a time, to send it clearer signals. The power to do that is already in your hands. Now imagine this imbalance reaching the places you cannot afford to lose. Your eyes, your heart, your brain. These organs need perfect balance. Too many vessels in your eye, and vision can blur. Too few in your heart, and pain can begin. In your brain, the wrong kind of growth can cloud your thoughts, your memory, your clarity. This is not a distant risk. This is what happens when the hidden system inside you slips out of alignment. You might not notice at first. That is the quiet warning. A slight change in how you see the world. A shortness of breath you blame on being out of shape. A moment of forgetfulness you laugh off. These are not just signs of aging. They can be your body asking for help. But most people wait. They wait for chest pain. They wait for a diagnosis. They wait until the whisper becomes a shout. And by then, the imbalance has had time to take root where it matters most. Inside your body, the process is still simple. Your organs need fuel, oxygen, nutrients. When blood flow is balanced, they thrive. But when angiogenesis goes off track, the supply lines get confused. In your eyes, fragile new vessels can leak. In your heart, important areas might not get enough blood. In your brain, the wrong growth can disrupt delicate networks. You will not feel this happening. Not until it affects how you live. That is why these symptoms are so easy to ignore, and so dangerous to miss. Here is the emotional truth. Your body does not want to fail you. It wants to protect what you love. Your sight, your strength, your mind. But it can only do that if you give it clear signals. If you create an environment where balance is possible. The mistake is thinking these organs are separate from your daily choices. They are not. Every meal, every breath, every moment of rest or stress sends a message straight to them. This is your moment to see the connection. The health of your eyes, your heart, your brain is not just luck. It is not just genes. It is the result of a hidden conversation happening inside you right now. And you can be part of that conversation. You can send better signals. You can support balance where it matters most. The power to do that starts with understanding what your body truly needs. And that understanding begins with the choices you make every single day. But what if you could send better signals? What if you could guide this hidden system with something you do every single day? You can. And it starts with your plate. Most people think food is just fuel, calories, taste, convenience. But your body sees food differently. Every bite is a message, a chemical letter, sent straight to those tiny construction crews inside you. Some foods say, build, heal, protect. Others whisper, stop, slow down, balance. And most people have no idea they are sending the wrong message. Here is the hidden truth. The foods you choose can either support healthy vessel growth or fuel the wrong kind. It is not about strict diets. It is not about perfection. It is about understanding that your body is listening. Always. When you eat processed foods full of sugar and unhealthy fats, you send noise, confusion, a signal that can push angiogenesis out of balance. But when you choose whole, natural foods, you send clarity, a message that helps your body build only where it should. You will not feel this shift right away. That is why it is so easy to miss. You might just notice that you have more energy, that you recover faster, that your mind feels clearer. But underneath, something deeper is happening. Your vessels are responding. Your balance is returning. The mistake is waiting for a dramatic change, when the real power is in the quiet, daily choice. Inside your body, it works like this. Certain compounds in food can gently influence the signals your cells send. They do not force. They do not override. They simply help your body hear its own wisdom more clearly. Think of it like turning down the static on a radio. The message was always there. You just could not hear it through the noise. Food can be that clarity, but only if you choose it. This is your moment to see food differently, not as an enemy, not as a reward, but as information, as a tool, as a way to speak directly to the hidden system that keeps you alive. You do not need to change everything at once. You just need to start. To choose one meal, one ingredient, one better signal, because every choice matters, and your body is waiting to hear from you. So which foods send the right message? Let me share 3 simple ones. Foods that can gently help your body block abnormal vessel growth. No hype, no miracle claims, just science, simply told. First, green tea. That warm, calming cup holds more than comfort. It contains compounds that whisper to your body, build only where it is needed. These compounds help quiet the noise. They support balance. And you do not need to drink gallons. Just 1 cup a day can start the conversation. Next, berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. These small fruits carry powerful messengers. They help protect your vessels from damage. They support the good construction, the healing your body truly needs. And they taste like a treat. That is not an accident. Nature often hides its greatest medicine in plain sight. The mistake is overlooking them. Reaching for something sweeter, something processed, something that sends the wrong signal. Choose the berry instead. Your body will hear the difference. Third, turmeric, that golden spice. It does more than color your food. It contains a compound that helps calm the silent fire inside you. Remember that low-grade inflammation we talked about? Turmeric helps quiet it. And when that fire is calm, your vessel-building signals become clear again. You do not need much. A pinch in your meal, a warm drink. Small amounts used consistently send powerful messages. Here is what is happening inside you in simple terms. These foods do not force your body to change. They do not override. They simply help your own wisdom work better, like a guide, like a gentle hand on the switch. They support the stop signal when growth is not needed, and they protect the go signal when healing is required. That is balance. That is what your body is asking for. But most people ignore this power. They wait for a pill, they wait for a prescription, they wait for something dramatic, when the real solution is quiet, simple, available at your next meal. The mistake is thinking health has to be complicated. It does not. Sometimes the deepest healing comes from the smallest choices. Your body is listening right now, to every bite, to every sip, to every choice you make. These three foods are not magic, but they are messengers, and they can help you send a clearer signal to the hidden system that keeps you alive. Start with one, just one, and see how your body responds, because it is waiting to hear from you.